Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis. Making the decision to hire a company to help with your landscaping, I know, can be very difficult. It's a big decision, but once you find the one you trust, what comes next? That's where we turn to Adam of Done Right Landscapes, a company that I trusted with my landscaping, and I think you should too. And today we're going to talk about what happens after you sign with a landscape company. And really, you can apply this to any contractor, I think.
Contractor, yeah.
What should you expect prior to the work getting started? Let's talk about that. Welcome back, by the way.
Thanks, Ken.
We've just got we were talking about the curse of the mole. I've got a shrew going through my yard right now that he had looking picture perfect. All my neighbors were jealous, and now this little animal is trying to wreck it. But when you hire a contractor or a landscaper, what should you look for?
So really, before the work gets started,
right,
you want to expect or request a pre-walk. Walk through before you get started, make sure you're on the same page. Even though it's in writing, that pre-walk is huge, right? Also, for landscaping or outdoor, make sure dig right's called, and then pay attention to any existing damage and make sure that the contractor, that you had that documented. So anything happens during the process of the project, that you know it's already happened.
Yeah. You know, I think that as people are hiring contractors to do work at their homes, they're finding that there's a long wait. You know, they sign up and then they don't, and we'll call you, it'll be probably middle August, late August, September, or whatever. We'll call you when we're ready to go. And you're thinking about all that time that's being wasted, but you don't waste that time. Obviously, you can't get started the day I call you, but during that time, you're in contact with me saying, I'm sending this guy out, we're gonna walk through, I wanna make sure everything's right, we're gonna diagram. You've got a whole roadmap, that's what it is.
Yeah, so just trying to keep in contact so the customer isn't wondering where we are.
Right.
So we'll do the pre-walk, which will happen before the work begins. And then if we're a few more weeks out than we'd like, then we try to touch base and we're working on it in between the pre-walk and the job. Just saying, hey, we're here, we're coming, just something.
Yeah, and I felt, by the time we finally broke ground on the project, I felt very confident, which is unusual because a lot of times you don't feel that confident going in. But I felt like you knew everything that I wanted and there was no question about what was going to be done. Before you make the final payment when you're working with a contractor, what are a few questions to get answers for?
You want to make sure you do a final walk and that everything on the scope that you expected is complete. I would hold off on final payment if there's anything pending. I would make sure that gets executed. Then you want to make that final payment.
So here's a contractor telling you that if you're not happy with the way he did it or anybody else did it, don't make the payment.
Right.
So this is a guy who's pretty confident it's going to be right. And that's why they call it Done Right.
Yeah.
Right? See it right there?
Yeah, right there.
All right. To get in contact with Done Right Landscapes, give them a call, 636-549-8290, or find them on the web at donerightlandscapes.com. Matt, we've talked about this so many times. I've always said, I'm not looking for the cheapest, just want somebody I can trust who's going to do the work right.
And I'll tell you, even behind the scenes, he speaks very highly of the experience.
There you go.
Thank you, fellas.